Hello, this is Hope Kaya of SantaFeWebDesign.net, and this is a short video on adding events to a Joomla website via the front end. This particular site is one you might love to visit if you have spiritual inclinations of any kind. It's a wonderful site about and by a wonderful woman, Pamela Wilson, who gives wonderful meditation retreats and really satsang retreats. So in her case, we're going to be adding a new event to her upcoming satsangs. You can see we have this list here. We need to add a new one, and you can also access that from here, upcoming satsangs, which is a category blog. And so we have the text that we need to add. It was submitted to me in an HTML document. This is the one I want to add. You might receive your copy in a Word document or an email or a text document, Pages document, any number of ways it may come to you. Just select the text just the way it is and copy it. And then you really want your website to have a login button somewhere on the front end, ideally, to make life easy. And in my case, we have one here. And I've already logged in. And as a result, we've got all kinds of links showing up here that are not visible to anyone who's not logged in. Here you can add a new satsang, you can add a new retreat, new audio video, new music, new book. You can modify your template, you can modify your site settings, or log into the admin back end. Now, it would be wonderful for you if you can have it to have links like this after you log in, a new blog post, for instance, right? If you have a blog, have a link that says new blog post, and then you can click on it like I'm going to do here for new satsang, which is what we're going to add. And you should get a window like this where you can add the title and the description or the content. So I have copied this content. I'm going to put my cursor right in the body of this editor window and paste. And you'll see that the formatting has come through with the blue background and so on, which you really, really do not want. And you want your site to have style sheets that control the look and feel of everything. You don't want a bunch of junky code coming in here. If we look at the back end of this, we look at the code side, you can see that it says background color, font family, size, etc. You don't want that. It just mucks up the site. You want to have style sheets that your web designer has done to just make everything consistent and professional looking. So if you've copied and pasted out of any other application, I recommend that the first thing you do is select everything you've copied and pasted and click this eraser up here next to styles. And you would think that means erase everything, but all it means is erase the formatting. So I clicked it and you can see we still have all the text. In fact, we have all the links we need. And the bolding is gone, but it's nice clean text and it's going to look right when you save it. So I'm going to, this is called Worldwide Satsang, and for some reason, see how over here it says Worldwide Telesatsang? And it's not, that did not transfer? Well, I'm just going to copy that again. You know, you want to do a little proofing when you copy and paste, make sure everything comes through. So I'm just going to copy that, and that's actually going to be the title. And then I'll put April 20th, 10 a.m. in the title as well. So I'll put a comma here. And so I'll put, no, I won't put the time because we don't have the time. I will put the entire time and date. Oh, it is here. Here it is. Okay. So we now have the title. You just put the title in the title field. You put the content in the content field. And then you want to copy, ideally you want to have a little bit of metadata for this. And metadata is available up here if you're in a Joomla 3+ website. If you're in another version of Joomla, you may have to scroll down to find the metadata. But for the most recent versions, here it is. So you click on metadata, and I'm just going to copy the title of this and paste it into the meta description and add with Pamela Wilson on Sunday, April 20th, 2014. Oh, that spelling is wrong. So not worldwide, it's worldwide. Okay, so we've got that. We can ignore keywords because Google doesn't read those anymore. In fact, Google isn't actually reading the meta description, but it's handy to have it because when there are results in Google and you see the links that come up, there's a little text below each link. You read that text and that's what it says here. So it's helpful to have a meta description that you make consciously rather than relying on Google to grab text out of your page. You don't really know how that's going to come out. So if you use this meta description, then you have control about how that comes out. Okay, so we've got the metadata, we've got the content. We're not going to do any images today, so this is just really simple. I think I will bold. I can't remember if I did that consistently, but I'm just going to highlight this date and then hit, oops, can't do it that way. Sometimes if you hit bold, Command B, it grabs the next paragraph as well. And the way to avoid that is to highlight from right to left and then hit Control or Command B for bold. Okay. So really, the next thing we have to do is tell Joomla to stop publishing this on April 21st because it's no longer valid on April 21st. So we're going to go to Publishing, and if you're in another version of Joomla, you're going to have to scroll down to see Publishing. And interesting thing here, it says Category Upcoming Songs. This link that I made at the bottom of every page, it automatically puts like songs into the right category, retreats into the right category, etc. So you want your links to do that as well. So publish, finish publishing. We want to finish publishing on April 21st. So all I did was click on the calendar and go to April 21st. And now you won't have a lot of old stuff showing up on the website. So now I'm going to hit save. And now you can see here, Worldwide Telesatsang, Sunday, April 20th has shown up right here. And if you go to the schedule, upcoming satsangs, you will see it here. The way this has been designed is for the most recently added event to show up at the top. Now you can change that and order these things in different ways. This is what's called a category blog that shows a list of articles. And these are interesting. See how this says expired? So these are articles, these are events that have expired. I put the publishing time in, to finish publishing after the event ended. So now you can see them because you're logged in, but the rest of the world can't see them. So you might click on this gear here. These gears, in the case of this website, these gears are the places to go when you want to edit an existing page. And they're visible when you are logged in. So you click, and in some sites, the gear is visible even when you're not logged in. But when you're logged in, you can see edit under the gear if you're logged in for sure. So we could choose to edit one of these expired ones. go to publishing, and the status, you might want to just go archived. The good thing about archiving versus trashing an event is that there's a record on the website of all the events, and you could actually link to past events and show past events, which Google likes because it means your content is getting fatter and fatter all the time instead of just disappearing as new events come up. So I'm going to say archived. I've actually never done that from the front end before. And I'm going to see what happens if I save it. And then I go, so it's gone, I believe. I'm going to do this one now. Edit. Let me go to publishing. Oh, it is archived. So it's still showing up. Okay. So that doesn't make it go away, which is kind of a drag. That means you have to look at these things all the time. So I would say trash it. You don't want to be looking at all the old ones. It'll get too long, if you're adding new events all the time. So I'm going to say trash it. This site is going to have great recognition by Google anyway, so we don't have to worry too much. So I'm going to go to publishing and choose to trash it. Now after I save these one by one, see, no longer are those funny looking ones visible to you. The expired ones are no longer visible. So that's essentially how you add new events to a Joomla website from the front end. And I hope you have the best of luck doing so and keeping your site alive and fresh and pinging Google. You do want to have a sitemap, remember, that is listed with Google Webmaster Tools. And then every time you add a new link, like this one here, we just added, it automatically populates the sitemap. Google is automatically pinged and impressed with the fact that you have the word satsang in this link, and that's a good thing. And you have satsang in this link and satsang in this link. You don't want to overdo it, but telesatsang in all of these links is actually fine because it's an accurate description of what's going on. It's not like keyword stuffing. And so, in other words, Google will be pleased. So it's wonderful to have a system where every time you add a new anything, it automatically populates this sitemap. And that's basically my lesson for you today. I wish you the best of luck with populating your website with new events or other kinds of quote-unquote articles. And then you log out. And when you log out, you click the log out button. You can't just click the link at the bottom. And now when you go to your upcoming satsangs, in our case, that gear is now gone. And I can see that I have not been consistently bolding the first part of each event. So I either need to go in and bold them all or unbold this one. And I'm tempted to bold them all, even though it means more work, because I think it gives it a nice, problem being some have multiple events, multiple dates, probably better not to bold it. But it's totally at your discretion. Okay, once again, I'm going to try to get out of here. Take care. Enjoy Joomla.